Welcome, beautiful souls. I'm so grateful you're here today to enjoy this journey of life with us. In our last video, we explored emotional intelligence is and why it matters. We also talked about how emotional intelligence impacts our mental health, our relationships, and success in life. Today, we're going to take a step further and dive into how to develop emotional intelligence. If you've been wondering how to take this powerful concept and make it practical, this is the video for you. Let me start with a quick story. A few years ago, I met someone who struggled deeply with emotional intelligence without even realizing it. Let's call him Mark. Mark was smart, driven, and successful in his career, yet he constantly found himself in conflicts at work and strained relationships in his personal life. He would snap at coworkers without understanding why, feel unmotivated for weeks on end, and struggle to connect with others in meaningful ways. It wasn't until he attended a workshop on emotional intelligence that he had an aha moment. The problem wasn't the world around him. It was the way he navigated his own emotions. Maybe you can relate in some way. Perhaps you found yourself reacting in ways that don't align with who you truly are. Maybe you felt disconnected from your own emotions or struggled to understand the feelings of those around you. The good news? Emotional intelligence is a skill that can be developed with practice and intention. As we prepare for our next video in our 90-day series, it will be about finding your purpose. It's important to recognize how emotional intelligence lays the foundation for purpose-driven life. When you understand yourself and can connect with others in meaningful ways, you're more likely to align with your values and your passions. But first, let's focus on building the skills that will elevate your emotional intelligence. Number 1, start with self-awareness. Picture this. You wake up feeling off, but you can't quite put your finger on why. You go about your day feeling irritable and easily frustrated. A coworker asks you a simple question, and you snap at them. Later, you reflect and realize your bad mood started the moment you checked your phone and saw an unsettling message. This is self-awareness in action, or rather, the lack of it. Self-awareness is about recognizing your emotions as they arise and understanding how they influence your thoughts and your behaviors. To cultivate self-awareness, begin with daily reflection. Set aside time each day to ask yourself questions like, what emotions did I feel today and why? How did my emotions influence my decisions or my interactions? What patterns am I noticing in my emotions and my reactions? Journaling can be a powerful tool for self-awareness. Write freely about your experiences, emotions, and thoughts. Over time, you'll see the patterns that give you deeper insights to yourself. Another strategy is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of staying present in the moment and observing your thoughts and emotions without getting swept away by them. Research shows that mindfulness not only enhances self-awareness, but also strengthens emotional regulation. 2, learn to regulate your emotions. Imagine a friend sharing some tough news with you. Instead of being fully present, your mind is racing with stress from work. Without thinking, you respond with something dismissive, and later you regret it. This is where emotional regulation comes in. A personal story. I don't even need a stressful day for this to happen. Since I was a little child, I had to constantly scan my environment to ensure it was safe for me to be present. I became highly attuned to people's body languages, tones of voice, anything slightly out of their norm. It was panic. I pick up on this instantly, often unconsciously. If I'm not intentional, this awareness can pull me into survival mode real quick. What happens next depends. Do I need to fight? Do I need to flee? Do I need to freeze and become invisible? Or do I bow down to please? Some of these ingrained patterns are harder to break than others, but I know that one day soon, even this will no longer be an issue for me. Start by identifying your emotional triggers. What situations or experiences tend to make you feel angry, anxious, or overwhelmed? Those can be big cues to your own emotional intelligence. When you're aware of your triggers, you can prepare for them and respond with intention rather than reacting impulsively. But the key is being aware and knowing yourself. Developing a pause button is essential for self-regulation. When you feel a strong emotion rising, take a moment to breathe deeply and ground yourself. A simple breathing technique like inhaling for 4 counts, holding it for 4 counts, and exhaling for 4 counts can help to calm your nervous system and give you clarity so you can choose your response versus reacting and regretting it later. 3, cultivate your intrinsic motivation. Think of a time when you felt truly excited about something, not because of the external rewards, but because it genuinely lit a fire within you. That's intrinsic motivation. One way to foster intrinsic motivation is by setting meaningful goals that inspire you. Take time to reflect on what truly matters to you and why. When your goals are rooted in purpose, they'll drive you forward, even when challenges arise. Another strategy is to practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's missing or what's not right to what's already present in your life. It fosters a sense of contentment and optimism, which are essential for staying motivated and living your best life. 4, practice empathy. Empathy is like a bridge that connects us to others. Without it, we live on isolated islands of misunderstanding. To cultivate empathy, practice active listening. When someone is speaking, focus entirely on them. What are they saying? How they're saying it? And what they might be feeling. Avoid interrupting or thinking about how you respond. Instead, let them feel heard and understood. Another way to build empathy is to seek out diverse perspectives. Engage with people whose experiences and backgrounds are different from yours. This helps you expand your understanding of the world and develop a deeper appreciation for others' emotions and experiences. However, for those who are naturally empathetic, it is equally important to practice self-empathy. Being attuned to others' emotions often comes easily, but turning that same understanding inward can be a challenge. Recognize your own emotions with the same kindness that you offer to others. Allow yourself to feel without judgment and acknowledge your needs. Just as you offer compassion outwardly, remind yourself that you too are deserving of grace and understanding. This can be a challenge for anyone that grew up with trauma or lived in a state of survival mode. 5, strengthen your social skills. Social skills are the glue that holds emotional intelligence together. They allow you to communicate effectively, navigate relationships, and handle conflicts with grace. To improve your social skills, focus on building genuine connections. Approach interactions with curiosity and a desire to understand others. Practice expressing your thoughts and feelings clearly and respectfully, and encourage open, honest communication. Conflict resolution is another key aspect of social skills. When disagreements arise, approach them with empathy and a willingness to find common ground. Focus on the issue rather than the person, and aim for solutions that benefit everyone involved. But no, this takes 2 mature people that are both willing to put in the work. 6, make emotional intelligence development a habit. Building emotional intelligence isn't a one-time effort, it's a lifelong practice. Incorporate these strategies into your daily life and reflect on your progress regularly. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and be patient with yourself as you grow. One way to make emotional intelligence development a habit is by setting daily or weekly intentions. For example, you might set an intention to practice active listening in every conversation or to pause and reflect before reacting to a trigger. Another approach is to surround yourself with emotionally intelligent people. Their behaviors and mindsets can inspire and support your growth. As we prepare to explore finding your purpose in the next video, think about how emotional intelligence connects to purpose. When you're in tune with your emotions and can navigate relationships with empathy and authenticity, you're more likely to align with your true calling. Let's end today's video with 3 deep questions for you to reflect on. Question 1. Which component of emotional intelligence do you feel is your greatest strength, and how can you use it to grow even further? Question 2. What situations in your life currently challenge your emotional intelligence, and what steps can you take to approach them with greater emotional intelligence? Question 3. How does developing emotional intelligence help you feel more aligned with your values and your purpose? If this video has helped you, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with someone who needs it. In the comments below, tell us your biggest pitfall with emotional intelligence. Until next time, choose to make today the best day yet and love the life you're living.